I'm all about my money.
Community stressed and gated, get investigated. We just engaging for just in Vegas. Headed to the bank, either checkings or savings. Just when you thought my success was getting famous, bitch.
All about my money.
Just think all of this gold started as goals on the road, caught in the cold to put something hot on the stove. Warm up the lows, low to put something on them and low. My DNA lead the way to the bank that harbors the cold. Hard to be chosen, a world of judgmentals, no love. Went through the options. One symbol makes trust simple. Life is a bitch, and the average brother don't love her. I told sisters either baby mama or married mother. I carry the wonders and the attitude of a hustler. I let you relish and thoughts so you catch up to what I mustered. You must have been somewhere other than this country just to come up. The world is covered in colors, but everyone loves the green. Young teen on the drug scene. I run things, I touch your soul till I leave bricks. What's up,
I'm heading to the bank, so you know I'm feeling fine. Get your own paper, don't worry about mine. If you see me on the block, then I mean I'm on my grind. The only sign I'm throwing up, niggas dollar signs, cause I'm all about my money.
Alright. Alright. Let me get my 2 pennies together. Let me rub my 2 pennies together. Know what I mean? Anyway. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah. Save my... No, let me stop. Alright, let me start off the stream by saying, what's up to everybody in the chat that's coming through, anybody that's gonna rewatch this if it makes it to a replay, if it makes it to a upload, rather. It's not always guaranteed these is gonna make it, so if you caught it live, then you good. But anyway, I just want to say that you know, my trolling days is over, man. You know what I mean? Before I get into these gaming topics, we gotta talk about the BS. How can I explain this without getting too personal? The bottom line is, in the last couple of days, some personal stuff happened, and it got kind of crazy. It got real crazy, and it led me to the conclusion that, man, the trolling days is over for me, dog. I'm getting out the trolling game. You know, dudes can't handle the jokes. You know, I had dudes ready to kill people. I had dudes ready to just risk it all, man, throw their life away over some trolling, man. So over some good old trolling, B. You know, I like to troll on YouTube. I'll admit that. You know, I'll admit, man, it was good, man. It was some good times. You know, I guess I'm just as bad as these other dudes because I enjoy watching people get all flustered and mad, come up with all these conspiracy theories about what I'm doing. It was a little entertaining, even though it got annoying because people who ain't have no originality got involved. It was fun, man, but you know, I gotta stop, man. I gotta go cold turkey on the trolling because you know, it led to some emotional stuff happening. People got real emotional. I got a lot of messages, a lot of emotional stuff going on, man. A lot of emotions, man, from men, and I feel like men shouldn't get so emotional. So if I could do anything to keep things on a positive level and from being so emotional, I will. You understand? So, you know, the state of the culture going forward is that, you know, I'll crack a joke here and there, but I'll try not to troll, man. I'm not going to say I'm 100% going to be able to stop because you can't just stop like that. But I'm going to try, man. I'm going to try not to troll as much, man. I'm going to cut back. I'm going to be more, you know, I'm going to restrain myself because people got emotional, man. It was disappointing to see how emotional stuff got, but anyway, I digress, man. So going forward, man, I'm gonna be ignoring a lot more stuff that's gonna trigger trolling, because sometimes when I see things, like, it triggers me to troll because I know that I could troll better. So when I see something happen and I feel like I could control a situation a little bit better, and I engage, and when I engage, man, people get mad, people get emotional, and you know, it gets serious, it gets crazy. So I'm gonna stop. Anyway, Sekiro, man. Let's talk about Sekiro, man. Sekiro, whatever you want to call it, right? I'm gonna keep it real about this game, man. A lot of people probably not gonna like my opinion because everybody in the gaming community is sucking this game off. Me personally, the game is just okay. It's overrated in my opinion. As far as if we're gonna say a game is fire, this game is not fire. This game is a gimmick. I'm going to talk about this game. I'm going to talk bad about this game. So just be ready to be upset with me, okay? And I'm not trolling. I'm just going to keep it real about Sekiro, man. And I know people are going to be like, what do you... Jimmy doesn't... Because he doesn't play Sekiro. Jimmy's trash at games. Jimmy can play. I know. But let me explain why I'm saying that. Damn, I hate when these trucks go by so loud. See, Sekiro is fire. Jimmy on that pack. See, I know it's coming. I already know it's coming. So now we about to get into the topic, the Sekiro topic. The Division was number 2 because we gonna talk about the Division because these games, man, I ain't got nothing good to say about these games in this title right now. But we gonna talk. We gonna talk and we gonna have a discussion and maybe y'all could change my mind. Lee Green, what's good, man? Maybe we could talk. I got some bad stuff to say about these games, but look, we gonna start with Sekiro, man. Sekiro is a gimmick game in my opinion. The reason I'm saying it is because I played it. I'm into ninja games heavy. Division is definitely fire, but we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about what my problem is with the Division. I'm gonna talk about my problems with the game right now. Because I didn't like the state of the state of the union address that they gave yesterday about the Division update. I didn't like that. So we're gonna talk about all that though. Let's keep it on Sekiro for now and then we're gonna move forward. Sekiro is a gimmick game. I played it. I beat a lot of bosses. I beat the Headless, which was the hardest boss I fought. You know what I mean? I rung a bell. I was pissed off that after I rung the bell, they told me I made the game harder. Are they fucking crazy? That turned me off from playing it. I feel like Sekiro is the kind of game you beat it just to say that you beat a hard game and that no one could test your gaming cred. Or it's a gaming cred badge of honor that you wear so that you could tell people who did not beat the game you're better than them. So it's like a participation trophy in my opinion. Is the game bad? No. But is it overrated? Yes, it definitely is. And I feel like the only reason I'm playing this game is so that I don't be one of those dudes that you call trash at games because I also beat the game. And that's the pressure that I feel to play this game. I feel no desire to beat this game because it's quote-unquote fire. I feel no desire to beat this game because it's quote-unquote dope. I feel no desire to beat this game because it's quote-unquote anything other than, hey, the hardest game on the fucking planet. Sekiro, call me a true gamer. And I'm sorry, I'm not knocking y'all. I'm just calling it what it is in my opinion. In my opinion, that's what this is. This is a bragging rights badge of honor game that people are playing and they're bragging about beating it because it's a hard game and they know most people will not beat it who play it. Most people who pick this game up will not beat it. Let's be honest. I might even be one of them. I might not be able to beat it. Just being honest. But I feel like the only reason I am playing it is not because it's fire, not because it did something gaming, not because it's a next level experience, none of that nonsense. It's because I want to be also able to say, you didn't beat Sekiro? Well, I did. My nuts hang, B. And that's what's going on here. And I just wanted to call that out because I see a lot of people not really saying that. And, you know, I'm just going to be honest. That's what the Soul series is about in a nutshell, but particularly Sekiro. Sekiro is just about saying I beat the game. And I ain't mad at that because you're gaming. So at the end of the day, if you're gaming and you beat it, yo, you the man. I cannot knock that. But I just wanted to be truthful about what we are talking about here. We're talking about a game that is a gimmick game. It's a gimmick game. And a gimmick game, don't want to hear no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Don't be up here talking about Sekiro's the hottest game that came out in the first quarter of 2019. I don't even want to hear that in the Game of the Year discussion. None of that shit. I don't want to hear none of that about this game. Sorry. Okay? So let me read these that didn't exist. Facts. I agree. I 100% agree with that comment from Lee. Lee, if you were a case, we wouldn't even have gotten this far with From Software. That's a good argument. But From Software games are not necessarily bad, but they are overhyped. They are only here because they are one quote-unquote niche games. Let's just call it what it is. It is what it is. Let's be real here. Sekiro is a niche game that is part of the hard difficulty niche. Hey, if you beat this game, you're an elite gamer. You're elite game status. That's what the game is about. It's about bragging rights, period. I don't see no other reason to acknowledge this game. No other reason. He says Sekiro not that good and very overhyped. And I'm just saying that because that's the truth. But we will be labeled not gamers, not real gamers, trash at games, get good, hashtag get good, hashtag get better, all those stupid quotes. And that's why I want to beat the game. Because once I beat the game, I could go back and tell y'all, see, I beat this game, and I just want to confirm that, yes, I'm an elite gamer, and this game is trash. All in the same sentence. Just like that. So, that's my thoughts on Sekiro. We could come back to it. Not too much y'all have to say about it at the moment. I'm gonna move forward. Um, the Division 2. The Division 2 started out, everything was good. It came out, it was great. The update came out. I don't like what they did, but I'm starting to like it. I like them. I like that I'm able to use mods again on my guns, even though I hate the way they keep messing with the stats over at Massive. I'm really not digging the way they keep messing with the stats. My electronics is all the way trash now. It takes like, you really have to sacrifice for electronics. You have to really sacrifice things to get it, and that's kind of what I don't like about it. That's the one thing I don't like about it. But go forward, the game is good, but however, I hate that the Division 2 is an online game that we're gonna keep going through these different metas. Every time you get used to a meta, something may change that will break your meta. And for those of y'all that don't know meta, y'all know that's a term that we use for online gaming, where there's a certain way that people play, and that's called the meta. So, you know, the metaphysics, the data that is being used to create character or to fight in the game, pretty much. So the meta of the game is going to keep changing, and I hate that, because once you get used to a certain build and a certain play style, they're going to do a patch to change that. They already did it with the Chem launcher, and you know, they made it where PC gamers have this like option now to use the Chem launcher, but now controller users get screwed on that. So little things like that I don't like. Overall, the game is still great. I still love the Division. I still play it every day. I still put a couple hours into it whenever I get a sit down chance. But I'm concerned about this, and now they're gonna have another patch where they change a couple of things, and I'm concerned with the changes and them breaking the game, because a lot of people have complaints about the dog zone. So clearly they're probably gonna mess with that. The title basin was not that spectacular. It seems different from what I thought I saw, but based off the title basin update, which is the last free update, the first update that they gave free, it makes me wonder if this raid that everybody's looking forward to with 8 players is really going to be that good. Because the Division has a way of making these missions where you can literally sit down and play a mission for an hour to 2 hours with a bunch of people that are annoying. Because if you play with a bunch of randos or annoying people, you have to sit there for 2 hours, and then what happens when the missions are hard in the Division is people will like rage quit. So you'll be like in the middle of a mission that you sat there an hour and 40 minutes trying to beat, because their gear is not right, they will rage quit. So then if you get to a certain part of the mission in the Division games, usually no one can join in, because it's like, say you get to the end of a raid and you're about to get gear, right? I can't join your raid at the end of your raid and come in, because now I would get rewarded with the gear that you worked 2 hours to get. So they usually block people from joining in on a game. And now, i.e., you have the person who came in there thinking he was hot fire with trash gear, who rage quits, and now you're stuck with an underwhelming team of annoying people. And i.e. means, guess what? You may end up dying or rage quitting and having to do that whole thing all over again. So that's typically what the Division games are about, as far as these high-end run missions that they create. So the raid is starting to give me that vibe that that's what's going to happen, because based off the information that leaked, there's a bridge that you have to cross, and there's an achievement that they mined from the game's encryptions that says that cross the bridge in under an hour. So this is just the bridge to get to the mission. This is part of the mission. There's an achievement for crossing the bridge in less than 1 hour, meaning the typical person may take close to an hour just to do that one part. And that's what I don't like. I don't want to have that same thing happening, because if that's the case, just give us a bunch of incursions, and I would be okay with that. Because the incursions in the Division 1 so far are the best missions in the entire series. The incursions have not been topped yet by the Division 2. Nothing the Division 2 has put out yet has been able to top the incursions in the Division 1. So I'm hoping that they will do that with these raids. But I don't know. Like I said, being in a raid for 2 and 3 hours with a bunch of random people, now you went from 4 people totaling you and 3 randoms, or 3 people that you know, to now 8 people total. Sounds good on paper, but just based off what I know of the Division, that could be very annoying. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens, but I'm getting that vibe that this could go either very well or very bad for the Division, and I hope it doesn't. Mortal Kombat 11 is more on the fence about buying that game now, because I kind of don't want to play a fighting game online right now. You know, you got Days Gone. I'm trying to be Sekiro, and I'm pumping all my spare time into the Division 2. So Mortal Kombat 11, I kind of don't have it on my radar right now, even though I'm a Mortal Kombat fan. I do like Mortal Kombat. I am interested, but it ain't on my radar right now. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It's just not. It was on my radar, but April is looking booked for me, man. April's looking very booked for me. Very, very booked for me. So I don't know. I don't know. So the Division, I don't know. Now, ponies. He said, is Conflict dead? Nah, Conflict is not dead, right? But Conflict is like, everybody who was playing Conflict went to the dog zone because they're forming a pestilence and they're pretty much ganking noobs. Because I went into the dog zone and I didn't really like what I saw, because you have the occupied dog zone, right? That's where you get the exotic weapons in the Division 2. So everybody's in the dog zone who PvPs. Now, if you want to fight in Conflict, you got to go to the dog zone and just PvP and go rogue. But what's happening right now with the game that I don't like with that is you have the occupied dog zone and then you have the unoccupied. I went in the unoccupied just to level up, and every time I turned around, I was getting shot in the back. So I ended up PvPing like crazy in the unoccupied dog zone. And I'm like, why would y'all? And this is what I hate about PC gamers, man. A lot of people went in the unoccupied dog zone to gank people because they feel like they're not up to par to going to the occupied dog zone where they know they have to PvP. So I was already geared up enough that if you tried to gank me, I'm like, murk you. So every time I was trying to just level up, just to get my level so I could start getting dog zone proficiency caches, which are that you get loot boxes for leveling up in the division. So I wanted to get dog zone loot boxes, so I'm trying to hit level 50. And I went into the unoccupied because I wasn't really trying to PvP. I was trying to kill NPCs just to level up so I can unlock the dog zone perks. And every time I turn around, a person's trying to shoot me in the back. So I'm just constantly killing players in the dog zone. I'm like, and the dog zone is small. So anytime a person kills you, you got to pretty much leave the server. I'm just going to be able to come into the dog zone and find you and just keep shooting you. So I found this little way to kill people that is efficient. I'm not going to say what it is, but I found an efficient way to kill people that try that. You know, there's a certain skill that I use, and if people try that, I'm able to kill them. And, you know, it could be 2 or 3 of them. I'm still going to kill you because I have a way of doing it. So I just didn't understand that about it. And then, like I said, I know they're going to do something about the dog zone because it's not enough people and the zone is a little too small. I don't think they could change it, but they have to do something about the currency of the dog zone, or it's going to be a bunch of annoying stuff going on there. People are going to be crying even more about the dog zone because you definitely are PvPing now in the dog zone. He said, I hear how quick people can come back after you kill them. Yeah, you kill somebody and they literally right back on you. Right back on you. And that's kind of the problem, because if you're trying to level up and you die, what they do is they take levels away from you. So the penalty for death in the dog zone is you get level punished. So they'll pretty much take your progress from you. So that's pretty much one of the things about the game that's annoying. They'll take your progress from you. Hold on. You know, I guess. All right. But yeah, so that's that with the Division. You know, it could go either way with that game. I hope they do the right thing in Massive. Reddit is really making the game bad because they keep making suggestions, and it seems like all they're doing is worrying about, Kent, what's good? Good morning. It seems like all they're really doing is worrying about the Reddit complaints that are happening, and that's kind of one of those things that I don't like as well. Reddit seems to have a lot of input over the changes they're making on the game, and the Reddit users are just like asking for silly nonsense. They gotta fix this game. People are farming under level 30 mods to power up their characters, which to me is an exploit, because if you have mods from level 10 to 20, apparently those mods are more powerful than the in-game mods that you get from level 30. So that's another thing that they need to address and fix, because those mods are apparently what's causing the difference between people getting killed faster. He said, I'm missing a what? I'm missing the build variation, no tanks, no skill builds, just DPS mostly. Yeah, and there's a lot of mods that you get give you specific buffs, like assault rifle buffs, shotgun, LMG buffs. And those under 30 buffs are very powerful, like +8 weapon damage to assault rifles. So if you have survivalist on giving you +40% damage, and then you put on a +8, if you put two +8 assault rifles on, you go from having 40, which is the max most people will have, to now having 56. So you're going to be downing people much faster with an assault rifle. So stuff like that is where they kind of got these little meta exploits going on in the game that they need to fix. So I'm concerned about these things because they got so much to fix. Well, by the time they get to that, there'll be a whole nother exploit going on. So, you know, fortunately for the people that want to play fair or just want to cool, you know, you got to be up on those exploits or you're going to get melted. Okay, so let's talk about the final game that I'm going to talk about because I don't want to make this stream too long. Days Gone. I'm going to continue to express my concerns. I keep asking people about Days Gone who are fans of PlayStation exclusives. By now, PlayStation has proven to be a great gaming entertainment system and, you know, great publisher of exclusives, right? No, this is not a question. However, Days Gone is that one game that when I look at it, I feel like I don't really trust this to be another amazing God of War top tier game, right? Everybody I ask, I'm like, all right, so what's the story with Days Gone? What's fire about this? What's making this game hot? What's making this the game that we need to get? I'm not getting no solid answers from you guys. It's because y'all know what I know about this game. Y'all know that this game, Days Gone, no bullet damage. No, don't say that. See, this is I'm glad he said that. This is the stuff I'm worried about. There's a lot of things in this game that look like they cut corners, man. Now, I'm going to get the game, and I'm probably going to enjoy the game. I'm not going to sit up here and bash the game and say it's going to be trash. I'm not going to go as far as to say the game is going to be trash, but I think you ponies need to curb your enthusiasm because I don't think this game is going to be one of those 5 million, 10 million games. It may hit 5 mil, but first month, I don't think this is going to be the very best. I'm going to give this the sales performance of Detroit Become Human. I think it's going to be on that level. I'm thinking 2 to 3 million, maybe 5 tops. He said you need fire for the org. I don't know. You talking about Sekiro? We move past Sekiro. Sekiro, you need to beat the game so you can just say you're a gamer. How about that? But anyway, so Days Gone is looking like it's just going to be a double game. It's looking like it's going to be a cool one and done as usual for Sony games. You know, I'm going to get it. I'm going to probably enjoy it because I love zombie type games, even though those characters are actually not zombies. They're infected. It's going to be like I Am Legend. They're not necessarily zombies, but they're like infected people who become like creatures. They're like creatures, I guess. But, you know, just watching the game, the character models, the voice acting, the story, it's not looking 7 million. I highly doubt it. 7 million probably lifetime. But I highly doubt this game is going to have a good story. I highly doubt this game is going to be anything new, man. Hey, what's up, man? What's up, bro? You changed your name. I recognize your avatar, but you changed your name. So with that being said, man, Spider says 7 million in the chat. I need you guys to let me know honestly. What are your expectations of this game? Because every time I ask a PlayStation guy about this game, they start backpedaling immediately. They start backing out. They start dipping out immediately. So I need to know, man. Easy, what's up, bro? You said 3 to 5 million. Okay. He said, don't want to play a crackhead biker. See, this is what I'm saying. This is the energy. This is the energy this game got. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Where y'all getting these like things from that y'all think this game is going to be fire? Hold on 1 second. Let me back into this. I'm pulling over. Ooh, I'm hearing some fire on the radio. I would turn it up, but I know I can't. I'm hearing some fire playing right now. Yeah. Just a lazy copy of The Last of Us. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. Established. What's good? The Great. Y'all got some interesting tags going on. I don't think it's bro. I say it hit 2 million. Yeah, I'm saying I'm gonna give it 3. I'm gonna give it what Detroit did. Detroit did like 3 to 5. So I think it's gonna do what Detroit did, which is fair. That's actually not bad to me. That's Detroit Become Human was actually a good game. Coming to PC makes more sense to me for the game. Definitely want to play it in 4K 60. So I'm definitely gonna be copying those on Epic. Epic is finally gonna get some money from me because those are games I want to play. As long as they give me a deal price. Like, don't try to give me those 3 games and say these $60 a piece. Not happening. Not happening. Just look like the game should have came out when PS4 was launched. I agree. And that's the game that was in development for, what, 3 years? Now, let me ask you guys a question real quick. Meta scores. What do you think these scores, what do you think that the game is going to get on release? Like, what's the meta score y'all giving this? I'm going to say because it's PlayStation, I'm going to shoot higher than I think it deserves. I'm going to say it's probably going to be 86. I'm going to say 86. Release at 82. It should be around 84, but I'm saying 86. I'm going to say 86 because it's going to get a little bit of points because it's exclusive. 79, 85. 85. Okay. Okay. I'll give it a 77. 80. Those are still good numbers though. 80 to 89. Yeah, I agree. It's gonna be somewhere around there high. I'm gonna say mid to high 80s. It's gonna get extra points for being a Sony game. It's gonna get a little bit of bias. Let's just be honest. I don't think it's gonna be a bad game, but I think it's gonna be like when you said there's no bullet damage, meaning I'm assuming what you mean is what it sounds like is when you shoot things you don't see any kind of damage like on the models, the character models. This is the problem with this game that I'm noticing. They seem to have done a lot of things like that. Like, I'm going to show you that there's a scene in the gameplay that they have where it's like a 10-minute gameplay where he's saying that those monsters hear everything you do. Then he's on a canyon and he's talking to another character. And they give you the option to let the guy go or shoot him. And in the gameplay, he shoots this guy with a shotgun. And the monsters are like right down in the canyon and they act like they don't hear it. I'm like, the mechanics in the game are trash. I saw that right from then, the mechanics are trash in the game. And then there's parts where he's riding the bike and he crashes and like there's no kind of damage or effect. There's a lot of like corners cutting. What it reminds me of, and I want the same energy when I see this, it reminds me of Quantum Break. The way people nagged Quantum Break for like not having reload animations and stuff like that, that's the same thing I'm noticing with this game. So I want to see if people are going to have the same energy when this game come out and nitpick it like they did Quantum Break. Because this game looks like another Quantum Break type of game. It has 6 hours worth of cutscenes, they said, remember? So I'm getting the Quantum Break vibe from this game. It's going to be more in depth, obviously. It's not going to be... And I like Quantum Break. So I'm not going to say it's going to be better or worse. But I know it's going to be better than Quantum Break. I'm going to keep it real. Yeah, I like Quantum Break. I actually thought it was pretty okay. It wasn't like something that I think it deserves a high score. I don't think it's the best game ever created. I enjoyed what I played for the one and done that it was. I enjoyed it. I like shooting games. Like, I'm an action game junkie, so anything with explosions and guns, I'm gonna pretty much like it. I'm simple-minded like that when it comes to my action games. You give me an action game with some good shooting and some powers and some explosions, and I'm like a Michael Bay fan. That's all I need in my games, man. Like the Division has great shooting mechanics. Tom Clancy games have some of the best shooting mechanics you could find in tactical shooting. That's why I like most Tom Clancy games. The main character, Dean, yes, he's played by the guy who played in Infamous. And he has like this really bad accent he put on. And the accent is destroying me because he's forcing this like accent on the character. And it sounds really bad. It sounds really bad to me. And that's kind of like what's making me feel like I'm not going to be able to get into the story of the game because the character sounds like a freaking douche, man. So I don't know. We're going to see. But then between that and like the corners they cut with the animations and the mechanics of the game, I'm speculating that this game is going to get more overhyped than it deserves. I'm speculating that it's going to get a little bit biased because This game, to me, has cut a lot of corners, and is going to need to be called out for that. But I got a feeling that's not going to happen. I got a strong feeling that ain't going to happen. I got a feeling people are going to go, oh, it's a Sony exclusive. It's a great game. And we're going to be over there like the people that's keeping it a buck going to be looking like, come on, dog. Yeah, I know what went on. Yeah, I know what happened. He said mine will be in Japanese. Kind of random, but I like the rain. Looks smart in the Division 2. I'm on PC. Yeah, the rain the weather effects in the Division 2 are different. They did a really good job with the dynamic weather. And me and Lee, he's in the chat, we were playing, and I remember he had out his drone, and he kept saying the rain looks dope. And then I finally went over to, heal. I went over to drop a heal, and I remember when I went over there to drop a heal, and I was actually getting a peripheral of the rain under his drone, because his drone was over both of our heads, pause. And the rain was turning green because the lights was like hitting through the water. And I said, wow, the physics is amazing. And yeah, they did really good with the weather dynamics in the Division 2. And once again, this is one of the reasons I actually like Ubisoft. And people go, oh, you and the Ubisoft. They're doing some stuff for gaming, pushing the culture forward as far as like the engine and the way they do things graphically, and the amount of quality games they put out. And they're doing a lot of good things, man. A lot of good things. Jimmy, do you think the game going to be long, 30 plus hours? No, I know that Days Gone is not going to be that long, but it has 6 hours worth of cutscenes, and it has like a lot of places where you can run around. You can make the game 30 hours, but I'm thinking Days Gone is going to be exactly the same amount of time as God of War. So it could be pushed to like maybe 20 hours, 25 hours, but it's all on you how you're going to play. But I'm thinking you're going to get about 15 to 20 hours out of Days Gone, just based off what I'm seeing and what I'm knowing so far. Sony fans isn't hyping this game, bro. That's how you know it's gonna be mediocre. I'm gonna be honest with you, low key, I peeped that. They talking about they can't wait to play it, but they are not hyping it. So they kind of know they're waiting for the game, the review companies, the media outlets to kind of like give them a green light to pony up. I noticed that too. I noticed they waiting for the pony light. So they could be like, yo, this game is fire, just like we thought. They're waiting to see more, which is smart. I give them that. That's smart. But they know, I think they know this is going to be a Quantum Break the Sony side. It's going to be what Quantum Break was the Xbox. This is going to be that game for them. This is definitely going to be that game for them. Definitely. I agree. I definitely think that's going to happen. From what I've seen on Days Gone, when the Zeds get exploded, nobody part shown, that's a letdown. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of corners cut on the physics of the game. So Easy said that he saw an enemy explode, and when he exploded, there were no body parts. Not surprised. He said just like Gears 5. I mean, Gears 5 has a lot of gore in it. You remember, they use chainsaws in Gears 5, man, so I don't know what you mean by just like Gears 5. Gears 5 has a lot of animations. Gears is one of the first franchises that started that type of stuff. Gears is known for like cutting, people in half and, cutting people's limbs off. So I don't know what you mean about that. Gears has bullet damage. I don't know what you mean. Gears has all of that. We ponies know. Hold on, wait. We ponies know. Garuda, what's up, man? Days Gone is going to be fire. Oh, okay. Y'all know it's going to be fire. Talk about the height. There's none. I don't know what you mean, the height. Gears 5 look fire. I don't even know why you're bringing up Gears 5. Gears 5 is not coming out till... Oh, you meant the hype. Nobody has to really be hyped for Gears 5. We know Gears 5 is going to be good. Last of Us had the best damage. I could argue that to be true and not true. I could see why you would say that. I mean, the kill animations in The Last of Us are classic, so I could see why you would say that. We talking about a game from 2013 though. There's definitely not the same energy or hype around this game as other Sony exclusives. I agree, and that's definitely a fact. Definitely a fact. Days Gone does not have that Sony Pony exclusive energy that we've seen with games like Detroit Become Human, which I think is on the same level of games like Spider-Man, games like God of War. We know it's not going to get the same love as God of War because that's a direct Sony exclusive. We're talking about on the same level of like a Detroit Become Human. I'm a Gears fan. Okay. Yeah, he said MK Tuesday, Days Gone 3 days later. See, my thing with MK11 is I don't know what platform to get it on, because the only platform I would want it on is Steam, and I definitely am not paying $60 for a PC game. I'm still on that no $60 for PC game shit. I'm on that. I'm really on that. I can't respect PC enough to give a digital DRM copy of a game $60. I just can't. It just ain't gonna happen. Days Gone looks very disappointing. Yeah, you know what? It's disappointing for what I want it to be from what I saw, but I'm still gonna give it a chance because I got a feeling I'm gonna like the game. It's just not gonna be as fire as what we expect from PlayStation. But PlayStation, like I said, they let people know stop expecting, all these ultra AAA games going forward. They kind of let people know that. He said, "How good you know what? For me personally, I feel like if you're out 5 mil, you did your thing. But people want to see double-digit numbers, and that whole. You know what's funny? Damn, that was a bad crash. That was a really bad crash. It usually don't crash that bad. Anyway, my fault. I'm gonna wrap this up now. Anyway, by saying that I don't have a high expectation for Days Gone, so if I play it and it's half decent, I'm gonna be happy. I just need something to add to the library so I could put hours into something else and have something to play other than Nah, that was my actual app. The app like froze and crashed and it did a bunch of nonsense. But I just need something to add to my library because all I'm playing is the Division. I got like 120 hours in the Division already, and that's time I could put into some other stuff. But that game is like consuming my life right now as far as spare time goes. I'm really enjoying the game. I'm working on my second character right now. I need to finish a build at 500. That's what I need to be doing. But I just needed to get another character loaded up. So I'm working on my second character and getting some gear mods for that. And I'm just looking to add some more games to play, because Sekiro I only play like once every other day for an hour or two, and then I turn it off because that game is like, woo, I'm not about to let that game have me angry. I gotta get more green tier gear. I've been playing other shit. Nah, yeah. I gotta get green. I know what you're talking about. You talking about the specialized gear sets. I need to get some too. I only got like 3 specialized gear set pieces, so I'm in the same boat. I think the Division, it depends on how you like to play. The game is easy to me when you play with a group. For some reason, the scaling is like really funny. So if you're in a group, it's like you shred the enemies, man. If all of y'all come in here with your best gear, it's like you run through the enemies. It's weird. If you play solo, it's a little bit more challenging to me. It used to be the other way around, but for some reason, like now, it seems like they still got more scaling to do. But a game is more challenging solo to me than it is with a group. And I kind of like challenges in the Division because the more challenging the game is, the better you get at it. So if you get good at, like, learning the meta of the Division, when you go to PvP, you be slaughtering shit. Yeah, heroic is not I'm not on a heroic level till I get gear score 515 or better. The Dark Zone in the Division 2 is very different from the first one. What's up, player? It's different from the first one. So if you kind of got to like go into this game expecting to not Dark Zone, because the Dark Zone is something that if you was into it in the first game, you won't be into it in this game. It's very different. So you kind of got to just like have no expectations, because I think the Dark Zone is trash in my own opinion, but it's good if you go in a group. Like, I gotta ask Lee, and Cornbread if they want to do some dog zone farming, because that, to me, that's the best way to go in. If you go in there by yourself, you're going to end up PvPing. Like, the bottom line, if you go into the dog zone while this pestilence is out, because people like crafting exotics, so they're stealing pestilence. There's an LMG, the pestilent. If you go into the dog zone, that's the only way to get it. You got to farm that item, right? People are going in there to steal supplies from people so they can break them down to craft exotics. So you're gonna PvP in the dog zone no matter what you think you're doing. If you're trying to level up, you're gonna level up and lose your levels because you end up PvPing. Someone's gonna annoy you. You're gonna want to kill them. I kept running into dudes that were like trying to kill them. I kept running into dudes that were like trying to kill me, and I'm like, dude, I'm over here PvEing. Fall back before I hit you with the scrap. And every time I turned around, I was just killing players. You know, and the dog zone is small, so you can't run. So once you initiate weapon with Jimmy, yo, what's up, Press Star Hardhead? What's up, man? How you doing? But yeah, once you go into the dog zone, you're gonna start PvPing, man. So just know that. You're gonna be PvPing. And some people hate PvP. Me personally, I don't really care about it, but I wouldn't mind if I could hit level 50. But you know, you're gonna be PvPing, man. You know what I mean? So, no, people are asking questions about the division, so I'm answering them. You know, yeah, we do have an expert in the chat, by the way. Apparently, Hardhead is a division expert. You know, he likes to get carried in the division by his team and, you know, stuff like that. Let me stop trolling. I said I'm going to stop trolling. But, But, yeah, the game is consuming a lot of my time. I be wanting to stream it, but then I don't be wanting to, be worrying about the chat and you know, the stupid people that go into the chat. But our resident expert, man, Press Star Hardhead, is in here. So if you got any division questions, you want to know about your gear score, your gear set, that's the man you should talk to, apparently. You know, he'll probably ask somebody on his team that's carrying him the answer to that question. They'll get back to you with it. But nah, all kidding aside, man, I'm gonna end the stream. Thank you to everybody that came through. You know, like I said in the beginning of the stream, you should watch the beginning of the stream. My trolling days is over. You know, people get emotionally upset, and I don't want to cause any more issues or disturbances, so I'm keeping it peaceful. Positive vibes only, yada, yada, yada. So I'll be ignoring a lot of comments that trigger the troll in me to come out. Sometimes it's just be too tempting. All right. It be too tempting, and I'm going to just fall back, man. I'm going to fall back from the temptation. I'm definitely getting Ghost of Tsushima, but what I want to know about that game real quick before I punch out is it going to be like Sekiro? Because people who like Sekiro keep bringing this game up now, and I'm starting to wonder, is it going to be like that? Because it didn't look like that to me, but I'm definitely getting that game day one. I like feudal Japan type games. I like games that are based on samurais and ninjas. If you put samurais and ninjas in the game, hack and slash, fighter, you know, third person, I'm on that game immediately. Like, this is a game that there's no way I could not get it. So I'm definitely going to be getting it. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section if you come back and catch this on a replay. It looks like I was able to make it through the end of the video to upload this. So those of you that came live, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for popping up for the topics. I try to keep it civil and peaceful. And we got through this, man. But yeah, man, also, Days Gone. Don't forget, let me know your Metacritic scores. If you didn't get to put it in the chat when we was live, put it in the comments. Let me know what y'all think it's going to get. I'm still going to stick to 80. I'm going to say 86. I'm going to say 86, man, because I know this game is going to get extra points for being a PlayStation exclusive. I know that. It's going to get a little bit of bias. I know that. Ghost Combat look a little bit different. It do look different. It looks like it's a hack and slash. But I'm not sure now. I'm starting to wonder about it. I'm starting to wonder. And they said, I saw Jack tweeted something last night that the game is still in early development. So will they try to go more of that kind of a route with it? We got to wait and see. So I'm starting to wonder about the game a little bit because apparently it's still in development, early development stages. Anyway, I'm out of here, guys. Have a good day. Peace. 88. Okay. That's high. That's high. Peace, y'all. See y'all on the dog zone, B. I need to get on PC so I can see what he be talking about, though. He said 90. That's that PlayStation talk right there, baby. I respect that, though. I respect that. 90 when it comes to PlayStation games, though. Looking for engagement. Nah, not really. I just want to know. I want to know what people think. 87, 88. Yeah, that's about right.